So yeah, Mike Freeberg, senior software engineer over at Oracle, working with automation, software engineering, and also AI all the time. So I can't wait to learn more from you, Mike. Feel free to take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. I just like to know my crowd. So this year, I had a friend, instead of doing a New Year's resolution, I did a word that would describe this year. And I thought about it, and my word this year is communication. So I want to be about communication. I'm actually half Brazilian, but I wasn't taught Portuguese when I was raised. So I'm reconnecting to my roots, and I started learning Portuguese. And a lot of Brazilian people say that I speak very good Portuguese now. So staying on the word communication, I built something to help me stay in contact with people, because I'm very bad at following up. For example, I go to all these events and someone will give me their business card and I'll never follow up with them. That business card is somewhere in my bag or somewhere on my desk, and that person could have been a great connection that I didn't follow up with. So I made something that would help with that called Next Hello. So I originally started working with OpenClaw. I was trying to build this tool within OpenClaw, but I got a little nervous how powerful OpenClaw was. So what OpenClaw is, in a nutshell, and I don't want to steal the thunder from the next speakers, they're going to go very in depth into what OpenClaw is. It's a sovereign AI agent. So what's an AI agent? Basically, it's an autonomous software process that can work on its own. And what makes the OpenClaw a little bit different is it'll just work on its own. For example, I don't know if you guys know Micah Berkeley. He made a tweet and he complained about his YouTube video being taken down, and his OpenClaw actually made a new video for him to upload because it read his Twitter, and it did it without him asking. So that's what makes it very powerful. It can do things that are very cool, but also very scary. Like, you shouldn't just put OpenClaw on your computer, because some people have done that and they've asked it to make them money, and it found their credit card somewhere and it started buying master classes for $10,000 and there's no refunds. So, and another person connected to his iMessage and it sent off 500 messages to all his contacts. So you gotta be super careful. That's why I bought this Mac Mini. I installed it here. Unfortunately, I can't connect it to the Swarm, so I did think of this, and I made a video of what I'm using OpenClaw specifically for. But what I did is I built a AI swarm. So an AI swarm is a bunch of agents working together as a team, and OpenClaw is one of the agents, and the orchestrator will send instructions to the OpenClaw using something called Tailscale. So what Tailscale is, it lets you basically communicate between computers, and I'm having an issue with it, but I opened up an API gateway here, and you can send requests to it. So I'm gonna go into the slides.
Oh, is this connected?
No, it's not.
Oh, can we connect to your computer?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I didn't understand how it worked. Got it. All right, 1 second. Is it showing?
There we go.
All right, perfect. Cool. All right, let's start. So, has anybody here been left on red before? Have been left on red. So being left on red means like you sent a message to someone and they saw it and that's it. Yeah. So I actually have done that accidentally to somebody because, you know, I saw the message and then something happened and my attention got gravitated away and I forgot about that person. Has anybody left someone on red in the same way? Yeah. On purpose, maybe? Ah, yeah. I guess that's different, right? Anyway, so what is Next Hello? So Next Hello is kind of like the reverse of OpenClaw. OpenClaw has these connections, and you can send messages to it and to control what is going on within the machine. You're giving it instructions about, like, you could tell it what to do. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to send messages to people who send a message to me. So I'm gonna just go into what Next Hello is. So basically, if you send a message to my WhatsApp number, I'm gonna auto respond, but it's not me, it's my AI clone. It has my voice. It has a video clone of me too. I use HeyGen, and it will conversate with you. And what its goal is to follow up with you, figure out who you are, research who you are, and I'm gonna go into that, do a live demo. So live demos are very risky. So if it doesn't work, I apologize, but I'll explain what it's supposed to do. All right. Let me just go down here. You know, to be honest, I just made these slides with Gamma.ai, just have some slides. I'm gonna get right into the demo. If I see anything on these slides that I need to say, I'll just say it. So I wanna get right into this. All right, so this is kind of the flow. So I am running everything on this machine here. This is it's running something called Docker Desktop. It's containerization. And what that is basically I can mock the infrastructure that would normally be on the cloud on my machine. It's super easy. And in the end, I'm gonna share this repo with everyone, and you guys can probably get it set up in like 15 minutes and have the same thing. One caveat is this is a gray area. WhatsApp does not design their tool for this purpose. I'm using the same connections as OpenClaw. It's called Bailey's NPM, and WhatsApp has WhatsApp Business, and they prefer you to go through there. They sell their API credits and stuff. So if this gets taken down, it's because it was already in a gray area. So now let's go ahead, and if you guys want, you can start talking to my AI clone here. So this barcode will take you to my WhatsApp. If you want, this is only on WhatsApp. It's not on Telegram. It's not on iMessage or anything. If you guys want, you can start going ahead and message this phone number right here. I'll leave it up for a second, and then I'm going to go to another screen. All right. I'll go back to it. I just want to get the screen ready. Give me 1 second here. So let's see here. Just want to make sure. Okay, let me change directory to UI. npm run dev. Oh no, it had some problems when like too many people message it at the same time. So we got a few people. All right, so I did create, right here, you can see the swarm working. So these are all the agents, right? And by the way, if you want to use this, it's called React Flow. It's really cool. This is the swarm orchestrator. It has the OpenClaw, which is not going to work because it's not connected. There's something called the qualifier, personalization, video. I only have 24 credits with HeyGen. Super expensive. It's $1 per video. So it might not work, but it'll talk to you. I'm using OpenAI 5.1 codecs to communicate. So you're going to start seeing some messages here. And just, you know, for privacy purposes, I have this application on demo mode. So that being it on demo mode, I kind of like redacted everyone's name. So if you see this here, it's not going to show anyone's contact information because I'm respectful of the Privacy Act and I don't want to leak PII. And I can see the messages. I'm not sure, but I put safeguards in there. So nobody should, like, you can try to send some vulgar stuff, but it'll catch it and maybe, you know, respond in an appropriate way. But anyway, this is CrewAI. I do have a video showing what I'm using OpenClaw for, but I'll just explain it here. I want to connect with everyone on LinkedIn, and what I can do is use the OpenClaw Chrome browser relay extension. So the way I use the Mac Mini. I know a lot of people, they use DigitalOcean or they use some other cloud service provider. It's going to be kind of hard because you need to log in, and a lot of these sites have anti-scraping tools. This is kind of scraping, it's automation, right? So what you can do, you download the extension, you connect it to your OpenClaw, and it'll use that session, and it'll start clicking around. I just used this today, so it's not perfect, but it did work. It's super slow. There's no way it can handle like everyone in this room, but I'm gonna try to make it work better and also maybe put in a queue. So what a queue is basically, it's like a line, and it'll work one by one. I'll connect with everybody. So did anybody get messages, by the way? Oh, wow. I'm impressed. This is kind of like a live, like we call a load test, K6 load test. So anyway, you know, I don't want to be boring, but let's do like some trivia. I'm going to throw out some OpenClaw swag. So who is the maker of OpenClaw? I'll let who said what? The guy that did the PDF? Peter Steinberg. I think that's true, right? Yeah? Okay. There you go. You gotta wear it, you gotta put it on. Put it on. All right. Did anybody get a video yet? No video? It might come later, so let me just log into my HeyGen. It might not work. Let me log into my HeyGen really quick. Hold on a second. HeyGen. All right, so what HeyGen is really quick, basically you can create an AI clone of yourself and you can script it and you can send anybody a video of you talking with your voice and your face. It's pretty cool. So let me see here. It might be broken, but I'll play an older video. I'll play an older video. Hey, Cisa, this video was generated specifically for you by a swarm of AI agents running in the background. I designed these kinds of systems to help founders and teams move faster, automate intelligently, and unlock new leverage. Hey, Cisa, this video was generated specifically for you by a swarm of AI agents running in the background. I designed these kinds of systems to help founders and teams move faster, automate intelligently, and unlock new leverage. If you're curious what this could look like inside your business, let's connect. So basically, there's a little bit of feedback. I think I just need to mute site. All right, there we go. All right, going back here. So Cesa's actually my mom. So, and she, by the way, she begs me to make AI features for her because she likes to create YouTube content. She creates videos in Portuguese. So the next thing I'm working on is something that will change your voice into another language. But anyway, so I'm using OpenClaw specifically to do things that would normally take me a lot of time with designing an agent. You can create headless browsers, but browser scraping is super hard, and that's what I want to use OpenClaw for. Let me go to the next slide here. So you can switch out. I designed it to where you can switch out the models. This is actually very expensive to use models. For example, like I'll just tell a quick story. I downloaded the Open Code. It's a new tool similar to Codex and OpenClaw, but you can switch your models. And I put the OpenAI 5.4 model, the new one, the Pro. And I ran it for 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I spent $65. And I'm like, this is not normal, but I guess you have to pay attention to how much 1 million tokens cost. So I spent $65. So you could switch out models. You could use cheap ones like Llama models. You could usually run that on your machine. It's free. It's super slow. You're going to get different results. So if you compare it to like getting an OpenAI or Anthropic model. Oh, by the way, go ahead and talk to it. Go ahead and record a message. I forgot about that. It talks in my voice. I don't know if anybody got the voice message yet or not. Did anyone get the voice message? Okay. No video, no voice message, but messages. Got it. Do not ignore me. Okay. Say again?
It made a reference to BHCA, which is something I do for work.
I have a research agent that looks people's information up online. Yeah. Yeah, but if no one feels comfortable having your information with me, I wanted to follow the privacy act. You can send it, please delete all my information, and it will delete it off the database here. And it will send you a message letting you know that all the information has been deleted. But you can talk to it. You can talk to it in other languages. So far, I tested out Spanish, Portuguese, and Russian. And then it comes out in my voice. So the Portuguese is fantastic. I was like, dang, it's better Portuguese than my Portuguese. So
What's the name of the team that pulls the
CrewAI. Yeah, sure. So what CrewAI is, he actually spoke, the founder is Brazilian. He's from São Paulo. He spoke at Deep Station. And he made a framework for building AI orchestration with AI swarms. So CrewAI.com, it's an open source framework. There's others. This is not the only one. There's also like agency framework. It's a guy from Georgia, not the state of Georgia, the country of Georgia. He designed it, and it's pretty good. But I use CrewAI, and let me go back to. NAN is kind of more of a what you see is what you get solution built by a company like make.com. And I use that first, but they don't let you do what I just did. Well, yeah, because I can send out whatever messages I want. If you use make.com or NAN, you have to use the Facebook business API, and all the messages have to be pre-approved. So this is definitely in the gray area, and I don't think it's going to last very long. Go ahead.
For a company like a few months ago, so you do everything you just did for them.
Yeah.
Agents. I like OpenClaw. I think it's super complicated to make. It's just like using Claude code in the hands, so just make it right away. I think the project we last year that took me like a week and a half.
Oh, congratulations.
No, but I did something very similar with the last messages.
Yeah.
Also, I know how automations with
What was the name of that?
Wappy. It's like $30 a month.
So that's called Wappy, guys. $30 a month. WHADI, Wappy. Check it out. So this tool that I use, it's called Bailey's. It's the same one that OpenClaw uses. It's an NPM package. Hey, Grant, how am I doing on time?
8 minutes.
8 minutes to go or 8 minutes in? Okay, 8 minutes to go. So I'll just do more questions. Anybody have any questions?
So an API, have you played with the subscription of OpenAI, the $20 on paying for usage?
Yeah, that's what it's using right now. It's using the OpenAI models right now.
But the subscription, the 20, not an API token.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, I've played with that too.
Okay, so I was just gonna say that for the group. I mean, for $20 a month, you get all you can eat. I mean, don't even worry about paying for an API.
Yeah, so what he's saying, for $20, if you get the pro subscription, you can play around with the OpenAI.com chat. And also they let you authenticate in. So there'll be in OpenClaw, when you're configuring it, it'll ask you how do you want to sign up. And you can use your API key, or you can use the OAuth token. So the OAuth token uses a $20 a month plan.
Right, and
So
it's plenty. It's really.
you're still capped, right? Yeah. Yeah, because I hemorrhage money with these demos with the agents. Like last year it was worse, but now it's getting a little bit better. Now it's just a few cents, but you gotta be very careful and conscious of which model you're using. So any other questions? Yeah.
So I think for a lot of people, this is really new technology, and it's helpful to see all the individual APIs and the different platforms that you're using. You've clearly spent a lot of time figuring out, building out like the CRM workflow and the video workflow. Can you help us at a high level frame how we should be thinking about interacting with OpenClaw?
I would take it with a grain of salt because I don't know exactly how it was made, but I heard it was vibe coded, just like this thing I made. I didn't write a single line of code. It was all me prompting it. So
Framing it around, hey, I've got an OpenClaw set up with Telegram or WhatsApp. Where do I start? What should I say? It becomes very overwhelming to think about, like, do I think about it as a person that's managing my calendar? Do I think about it as a software engineer? You've spent a lot more time than I have in terms of how do you think about asking it things to do? I'm pretty sure most of us have used ChatGPT, but the limitations is it's a ask and exchange versus I give it something and it just does stuff.
yeah, well, OpenClaw actually has a soul, and I don't want to steal the thunder of our next speaker, but he's going to go really in depth into all of what you just said. But basically, you got to think of OpenClaw as a person. Even when you set it up, you have to kind of give it like who you are, what it is, what you need to call it. You got to give it some context, and it'll save these contexts in MD files, and it lives by those MD files. But you can update it at any time. So that's how OpenClaw works. But basically, it works like on a cron job. So it wakes up, it reads these MD files, and it starts going to work. There's actually a few of them, and our next speaker, Alan, he's actually going to go really in depth into all these files and how they work and how you should set them up. Yeah.
This happens with email, but what if a person what if a person contact WhatsApp and mark you as spam or anything? But that is concerning. A person that I know lost his WhatsApp forever. So
That's why I didn't use my real phone number. I got a second phone, a second line, because I already thought it. I thought exactly what you said. I got a second phone number, second line. I do not use my real phone number because, like I said, there's no way that Facebook has a business API designed for what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for free, and I'm also doing it unfiltered.
Yeah, have you implemented OpenClaw on a local model versus a cloud model, and what has been your different experience?
So not OpenClaw, but I did the CrewAI. It's so bad. It's lost. So I tried Llama 3, and then I tried Llama 4. It wasn't really that good. It's like the Anthropic and the OpenAI models are magnitudes better because they're paid. So and they're faster too. So, but they do have services where you can use their hosted models, and it might work a little bit better, like a little bit faster. The latency's better. But I recommend using the paid models for things that need more thinking, more power. Could you pass the mic to him? Sorry.
which one?
In the back. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the talk. Can you tell more about architecture of memory layer? You said you mostly rely on MD files. Do you use any additional context? And how you manage context? How you optimize a context retrieval and memory layer, basically?
So for my OpenClaw, I didn't invest too much time in the MD files because I gave it a very simple task. Go overhead and research somebody. And I actually give it a command through the other swarms. So the orchestrator receives your message, and it'll determine whether to do research. And if it does research on you, it'll send it over to a couple different agents. One agent that I'm using, it uses something called People Data Labs. Shout out to Michael Berkeley, he's the one who told me about that. And then the other one uses OpenClaw, and that's to connect with someone on LinkedIn. So in my slides, I am going to show you that here. I had to upload this to YouTube. And it's just a very basic video, but what's important is this plugin right here. It's hard to see. It says on. So this is the OpenClaw browser relay extension, and it's connected to the OpenClaw, and it knows to you instruct your OpenClaw to use this browser profile. So my browser profile is called My Chrome, and it's already logged into my LinkedIn, which saves you so much trouble if you were trying to do some like browserless automation, and you have to deal with anti-scraping from whatever service you're trying to scrape. So let me just play this. So I apologize, Grant. I disconnected from you on LinkedIn for this demo, so don't feel bad. I think I reconnected with you. That's why I disconnected from you. So here, this was all done from OpenClaw. The orchestrator agent sent an instruction, and it sent it to the OpenClaw via Tailscale, and then another video popped up. That's not from me, sorry. But anyway, it connected with Grant. I got to double check if I'm still connected with him, because I think I was testing it. So that's what I was using OpenClaw for. And then I added some stuff here. I rebuilt this app 3 times. It's all been vibe coded. I learned about vibe coding. You really need to commit everything you do, you have to commit the changes, because you can break the app so fast and it doesn't know how to fix it. And I don't know how to fix it because I didn't build anything. I just prompted everything. So I use test-driven development. I asked it to create an architecture.md so that way I can understand what it's doing. So I like to use things like Grafana, Loki, and I did have a dashboard, and the dashboard was designed to let me know how much I was spending on which LLM, which API credit I was using for like HeyGen. I'm using 11 Labs for my voice, things like that. So this is a built-in Grafana, and I'll just show you that my dashboards are empty here. Let me go here, dashboard. I just have some errors. I like to look at I like to make sure I have a log trace of errors, so that way I can debug things. All this, by the way, is on my GitHub, which I'm going to share in another slide as we come to an end here. All right, so next steps for this. I want to connect other connections, so iMessage, Telegram, maybe email, so that way if anybody wants to connect on a different platform, they can, and it's synced to the contact. That's the next thing. The next thing is to get it up on the cloud, and also to do the follow-up. Like I already had this connected to Calendly, where you can schedule an appointment with me, and maybe go for a coffee, and we could talk about AI, we could talk about tech, and maybe build something together. So, all right.
Sorry, what was that API you used for LinkedIn to add the anti-scraping? People DB or whatever?
People Data Labs.
People Data Labs.
It doesn't use LinkedIn, it's just a database of information. So some people are ghosts, like I searched some people, they didn't pop up. I popped up. It knew where I worked at since like 10 years ago. It knew where I live, things like that.
People Data Labs, you're putting in a LinkedIn profile, and then you're getting a domain and phone numbers or whatever.
So with the LinkedIn, the way it works is it'll take your company, because what my swarm does, it tries to figure out who you are. It's asking your company. It'll take your name, your company. It'll be on my LinkedIn. LinkedIn has good algorithms already to try to find people. So I'll just get the first person, and I'm kind of guessing that first person is you, and then I try to connect with you. But if not, like the worst case is I connected with someone that has your same name.
Well, amazing, amazing. Let's give it up one more time for Michael Friedberg.
Thank you.